YouTube, it's me, I'm back again. Today I've got a video for you guys that's probably going to be one of the shorter videos I've done, but I'm going to show you guys how to basically do these inspirational pictures that I put on Instagram pretty much every day. Well, okay, I lied, it is every day. So first we start out and we click create new, and then we do 1280 by 720 points because that is the perfect size for landscape in Instagram. And then we'll just go ahead and zoom out all the way, and this is going to be really quick and really easy. So we just go to file and then we go to place, or you can do shift control P, and let's go ahead and find the file that we're looking for, which the file is pretty cool. By the way, I pull all of these files off of pexels.com. It's just free stock photos, and you can pull anything that you want off of there for absolutely free because it is a stock image website, which is, I mean, you can't get any better than that. So I'm having a hard time locating it. There it is. It looks like a lot of other files I have on here. So anyways, you find the file that you're looking for, you just press the place button here and then resize it for the image. I usually like to go just a little bit outside of the edges, because otherwise sometimes there is the chance that it could actually draw a line on the border, and besides that it gives you a little bit more to work with. So after we got the image in here, you'll notice that there's a big X right here on the image, and it's not visible to anybody, but it just means that the image hasn't been converted to a vector file yet, which just means that Adobe Illustrator uses math to determine the points on the picture instead of pixels, and that's why I can like massively zoom into the file and it really doesn't look that bad. Obviously right now it looks a little wonky because it has not been embedded yet, so now we click the embed button, and well, as you can see, it really didn't change much, but it changes more once you actually go through and convert this file to a JPEG. So now that we got the picture in the background, let's find the perfect points. So what I usually do is, first of all, I'll determine where I want the text to be, and I'm feeling like the text is going to be on the bottom of this image, and then I'll determine where I want my watermark to be, and I think the watermark will look good right up here. So I'll go ahead and select the image here, and then I'll do Control 2 to lock the image in place so that no matter what I select here, I can't move it at all, which is exactly what I want because I have a tendency to select the wrong thing and just start moving it like crazy. That's how I know my shortcuts. Anyway, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and type in my text. So if I press the T, then I can get my type tool here. And I always do all caps because I just like the way all caps looks. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and make the text take the road unseen. Okay, so now I got the text in here, and let's just go ahead and make it a little bit bigger to where it aligns with the image. And it's using Myriad Pro right now, which is a completely different size to the rest of the picture, so I don't upsize it quite as much. And my favorite font to use here is Corbel, and then I'll go ahead and make that bold. Now, a big tip that it took me a while to learn that I want you guys all to know is that when you're coloring things, you never want to go fully white. You always want to go a little off-white. Really, the only reason for that is because if you go fully white, it looks more bleached than it needs to be. And if you do an off-white, it's easier on your eyes, if that makes sense. Okay, so now that we have the text in here, we want to be able to perfectly align it to the center. And if you look right here, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in for you. If you look right here, there's that little bit of blank space there that's going to cause it to not be perfectly aligned. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and right mouse click this, and we're going to do create outlines. But I don't want to click that button. I'm going to go shift control O, and there we go. Now there's outlines. Now watch how different it's going to be. See that? It just nudged it a little bit more to the side when I click the align tool up here. Okay, so now we're going to copy this and go up to file up here and go to edit, and we're going to click paste in place, or Shift Control V. Okay, now we have the file here, and let's go move it just a little bit off of there diagonally like that. And like I said before, we never want to do a complete black, so I'm actually going to go, this is completely black, this is pretty close to black, and this is a little bit further away. So I'm actually going to go 3 away from the black and send that to the back. And I do that by doing Control and bracket, just like that. Okay, now all that does is it's very, very, very subtle. As you can see, you can zoom in and you really can't see the difference unless you zoom in. And that's exactly what you want, because you want to be able to zoom out and really not have it be in there, not be in the picture at all. You want it to be a subtle shadow with the rest of the background and kind of flow in with the rest of the background. Okay, so now we grab all of this and we go and we move it to where we want it. So I want to move it up just a little bit more and put it right there. And I think that looks pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to File, Open, and you know what? Let's just do Control O, and I'm going to go to my image that I want to watermark in there. And you could do a PNG image if you want. I don't really like doing the pings because they don't always vectorize the way that I like it. So I go into my vector file here and I go ahead and open that up, and I select the image right here that I want to move over to it. And I just do Control C if I can grab it, and then I close that out, and then I do Control V to place it. And let's make sure first of all that this is aligned in the middle, and now let's get this about the right size. So if you hold Alt, what it'll do is it will align it based off of the center point of the logo, and if you hold Shift, it will align it to where it stays in that perfect circle like the rest of the logo. So when you hold Alt and Shift, it will resize it like so. And I think that's an alright size, although I do believe when I was playing with it, yeah, I made it flip around to the other side. Okay, so that's pretty good size, so I'm going to go ahead and hold Shift and press the up arrow on my keyboard to move it 10 points each. So you can press up or down on your keyboard and move it one at a time, or you could press Shift on your keyboard and move it 10 at a time. So now I'll put it where I want it, and I will go up to my opacity menu here, and if you look, it's at 100%. I don't really like 100%, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold Shift and my arrow down, and it'll move the opacity by intervals of 10, and make sure I have my logo here selected, and let's go put it at 60. You know what, 60 is just a little too much, so let's put it at 50. So select the image, you go to Edit, you go to Edit Colors, Adjust Color Balance, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make this a black and white logo. But we want everything to show through, so I'm going to not be 100% black there. And see, now you can still see some of the lighting on the image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Edit, Edit Colors, Adjust Color Balance, and now it's on the grayscale. I'm going to give it some black and just darken this logo. Just like that. So now when you zoom out, you can see this logo actually kind of blends in with the artwork more than it would have if I had it, you know, the color that I made it. And that's kind of one of the things that I go for, and actually I'm going to darken it a little more. That's kind of one of the things that I go for when I make my logos, is I want to make them to where you can adjust them all that you want and mess with the colors and stuff like that. And the default color balance looks pretty good, but you can adjust the colors pretty easily and have it still look good like this. So that's it. That's pretty much how you do this. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to go to File, we're going to go to Save As, and a little tip here is if you go to Save As first and save it as your vector file first, then it'll auto-populate whatever your name is. And I'm just going to put the date right here, and then save it, and then OK. Let it do its thing. It's taking a little bit of time because it's a pretty high quality image. And then since I went and I saved the vector file first, when I go to export and export as, it automatically populates my image as the title I had for the vector file. So now that I'm on here, I want to do a JPEG image. And if you notice, the image actually stretches out of the guides of the picture. So what I will do to prevent this is I'll click use artboards and I'll go to range and I'll hit 1 for the range because we only have one artboard. The 1 range just means what the artboard is. So if I back out of here and I go to my artboard selection tool here, you can see this is 1, this is artboard 1. So as you can see, the image is just a little bit outside of the artboard right here. So we don't want that to be saved as a file like that. We want it to just be this 1080 by 720 file. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit the use artboard, we'll hit range, and now it's only going to use artboard 1, which is this artboard here. We'll hit export here, and I usually do 8 just to make it not totally massive, and then do a medium resolution of 150, which will basically, the quality means that it transfers over better, and the resolution means that it's not blurry. And compression, standard means that you'll have the best compression, and optimize means that it'll be a smaller file. So when I do these pictures, I just do standard compression. When I do the pictures for my YouTube videos, I have to do optimize, and then I usually do this to be at about 4, and I do my resolution to be screen. So this is what my settings will look like for my YouTube videos. But for my Instagram posts, I will do standard, I'll do medium, and I'll make sure that the color model is RGB, which is just red, green, blue, because if you do CMYK, whenever you have it on a phone, it won't read the colors in it as well as it reads the RGB colors. So now that we have that done, we'll go ahead and click OK, and it saved the file. Let's go check out the file here that we just made. And if you will look, when we open this file, that's it. That is the file. So, whoop, don't mind my flowers there. So, it did not go outside of the artboard at all. And we got exactly the size file that we wanted, and I'd say it looks pretty good. So that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for watching today. If you like this video, go ahead and press the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button. I have some more complicated tutorials on Adobe Illustrator as well. If you want to check those out, go ahead and check those out. Feel free. I will talk to you guys on Thursday. Bye.